Understanding gender difference, a clearer approach to communication in romantic relationships. The cornerstone of relationship success. Sound communication is an integral part of any love relationship. This means that it can be a mandatory thing that can fly in the face of the success or failure of a relationship. That said, what many couples fail to see is that the whole concept of how men and women talk to one another can be the cause of misunderstandings and upheavals. The only way in which we will be able to handle these differences, fostering a clearer form of communication, is by understanding them, something that will lead to stronger relationships. Dispelling myths about male indifference. The most common mistake couples make is thinking that men are indifferent to their needs when relationships fail. Most of the time, that hypothesis comes by the wayside through the lack of clear communication and the comprehension of differences in the way men and women approach problems or express their feelings. The hormonal influence on communication styles. The basis of these differences is biology. Men, due to testosterone, become more focused and goal-directed. One of the manifestations of this trait can be a very strong desire to solve problems directly and effectively. On the other hand, women have an increased sensitivity to estrogen, which promotes a wider level of consciousness. At the same time, this perspective helps women draw connections more effectively and is much harder to forget when they take a much fuller point of view. Navigating unintended interruptions. Consequently, error-like communication may occur as an effect of these biological differences. While the result is quite unobvious, women might make interruptions without realizing that their partners are busy solving problems or are just amid mental processing. For a man, these interruptions can be quite irritating or even diminish a serious problem that could, in the long run, harm the relationship. Managing that issue can help women learn when to give time to their man to think and mediate it, thus establishing less quarrel. The role of gratitude in strengthening bonds. Happiness is another key element toward a successful relationship. Women are encouraged to see the positive aspects and express their thankfulness to the men who do good things for them. Showing these efforts comes as second nature for many men, rather than expressing them through words. And articulating the efforts can effectively stimulate the very men to do more good things and make their outer world filled with resources for them to take away from a relationship. Leveraging differences for relationship growth. The core message of this communication is not about pointing fingers or strengthening negative narratives, but rather on the path of enlightenment and understanding the essence of the different perspectives men and women have to emphasize successful relationships. Men and women can use these differences to adapt to their communication styles, which will eventually lead to clearer comprehension, less misunderstanding, and thereby a stronger and more fulfilling relationship.